silent tour.
Right, we'll go round the other side then, to council.
You can do it live. If we keep behind these barriers, I think they do want to come to it.
We don't want people to come to the theatre. They shouldn't be coming to the theatre. Why are they coming to see these people?
You hear that, folks? You're right, getting around the side of the barriers, please. Okay. And you can, nice area here. All this area here is highlighted off for you.
But in that area?
Yeah.
Can't stand here.
No. Because you want to keep a nice area. You want to come to the theatre, go in without being also,
you want to abuse them. They're letting the city down. They're letting us down. They're letting people in Gaza down.
I'm not saying refusing. I'm not saying refusing. But just gather it. Come on. Let me see.
Free Gaza.
What we're saying to you, you go behind the barriers, then you can make as much space as you want. When you get 50 or 60 people turning up, you can't all stand here. You're going to block the table, aren't you? And there are other shows on tonight, it's not just the there are other shows.
We're not going to interfere with any of the shows, we're not going to interfere with their show. They're here, they're going to perform, but we need to get our business. They're killing our citizens, our children. If you watch the real news, you'll see why we're killing. But when we go to their country, they detain us like criminals because our skin is the wrong colour. So you can't protect them over your own citizens. We can, yeah. I appreciate that, but right now it's not enough here for us to go over there.
Oh, we'd rather leave introduction out, yeah? Yeah.
Okay.
We're sisters that are here to support solidarity in
Sisters of Gaza.
Support of Gaza, basically.
And the oppressed Muslims all over the world.
Yeah. We've actually started a campaign of our own, yeah, to get collective du'as, which is collective prayers for all the Muslims to collectively pray, specific times for the oppressed Muslims, the innocent victims that are being slaughtered.
It's in Syria.
In Syria, Burma, Gaza, all over the world. There's Muslims being oppressed, being murdered for their belief in Allah and their faith. And we just want to stand here peacefully and protest about it, and just to, say that we're not happy about it.
We're against it.
And we're against it totally.
The group you started, what is the name of the group?
We just called it Gaza, but actually we have a group on Facebook called Niqabi Queens. That's where it originated from, sort of the anger and the hurt that we felt. That our hearts ached when we heard about the atrocities that are going on. It's been going on since the year I was actually born.
We have our own children.
But we have children,
And they're getting slaughtered.
And like other women are losing their children. I know how that feels. I lost a child years ago, not for anything like that, but the heart of a mother when she loses a child is bad enough. But to lose it in such horrendous circumstances, my heart bleeds for these women. For the fathers that are without children, for the children that are orphaned without parents. It's just disgusting. It needs to stop. Mankind needs to realise, that we're not here to service our own agendas. We're here to submit to Allah, and to worship Him, and live peacefully. We're peaceful, loving women, and peaceful, loving brothers.
Our Prophet ﷺ brought judgment to the Jews and to the Christians. They used to come to him for judgment.
Exactly.
Israel is an apartheid state, it's a racist state, it's in fact engaged in slow motion ethnic cleansing of the Palestinian people. I've been there myself, I've seen what's happening. The wall between Israel and Palestine is in fact twice as high and twice as thick as the Berlin Wall. There are civilians, Palestinians, both in Gaza and elsewhere, being killed on a regular basis by the Israeli army, by snipers, by others. The Israelis are implementing measures to destroy the Palestinian economy, for example, by dumping cheap foodstuffs in the West Bank. And anybody who was against apartheid in South Africa and who is against racism and who is against ethnic cleansing must be against the Israeli government and against what is being done to the Palestinian people. This is one of the great moral issues of our time, and one is either on one side of the wall or the other side of the wall. And the side of decency and morality is the side of the Palestinians, not the Israelis, who are aggressors and oppressors and, as I said before, engaged in ethnic cleansing.
And is that why you are here today?
That's why I'm here today. I have been to Palestine myself. I have seen what's happening. It was one of the most shocking episodes in my life to see the reality of what is being done to the Palestinian people. And the Batsheva Dance Company is a front organisation for the Israeli government to try and act as a cosmetic to make it appear that in fact this bloodthirsty state is a civilized nation. In fact, it is not a civilized nation, it's a bloodthirsty aggressor state.
were worried for me because they trampled over me. So afterwards I then got up and shouted, "Stop the bombing of Gaza! Go dancing on the bodies of murdered children! Stop the bombing of Gaza! Dancing on the bodies of dead children!" I was then escorted out shouting this. So I'll let Mick speak to you now.
But before that happens, we want to hear it from Norma. Hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip! Hooray! Okay, Mick, tell us what happened to you.
Go on, soldier!
Get in there, Mick, go on! What happened to me is not remotely important. What we're doing tonight, you and us, the large numbers outside, and by the way, I have to say, when I went inside, the noise was huge inside. What we're doing here is protesting against mass murder. It's protesting against a bloody, violent apartheid state that is out to remove as many Palestinians as possible and replace them with Jewish immigrants from the napalm writing on the bodies of Palestinian children today, nobody will admit in the future that they supported that. Cameron won't. We remember that Maggie Thatcher said there will never be a black majority government in South Africa in my lifetime. Unfortunately, she's still alive. But we have a black majority government. David Cameron is with the Zionists, heart and soul. Boo! We are with the struggling people of Palestine. We'll be with the struggling people of Palestine until they win their freedom. It's an honour to speak to you. There are more people inside. They'll be protesting for the rest of the evening. Thanks very much. Victory!
Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine!
Free, free
Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free
Palestine!
Okay, just one moment, folks. I'm told we can be heard inside. Two people have come a long way tonight to speak. They're going to stay at home and watch the television and let the people of Gaza bleed. They didn't do that. They came here tonight, and inside that theatre, the voice of the suffering people of Gaza was heard. So let's hear it from Mick and Norma, and let's make sure that they hear it inside. Hip hip!
Hooray!
One more time. Hip hip!
Hooray! Palestine!
Free, free!
Palestine!
Free, free!
Palestine! Palestine! Palestine!
Let me tell you something. Batsheva brought their brand Israel product to Edinburgh at the beginning of this month. They thought they could pull the wool over our eyes and represent Israel as a decent, honourable, cultured state. And in Edinburgh we saw through their lies and we boycotted them. And then they took their lying to Manchester, to Salford Quays. What do you think happened in Salford Quays? We boycotted them. Then they made a big mistake. They went to Bradford. They took their apologetic apology for Zionism to Bradford. What happened there? We boycotted them. In Brighton, we boycotted them. In Birmingham, we boycotted them. Soon they go to Sadler's Wells. What's going to happen when they go to Sadler's Wells? We'll boycott them. And when they go to Plymouth, we'll boycott them there too. The place was substantially empty and the dancers were absolute rubbish. Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Palestine! Palestine!
Palestine!
Palestine!
Palestine! Palestine! Palestine!
So remember, we all stay here till the end. The people of Gaza can't leave. And we're not going to leave. We're going to be If anybody wants to have a shout, they're very welcome to do so, by the way. I'll be quiet for a while.
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free!
Palestine!
Free, free!
Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Are covered in Palestinian blood! Your tickets are covered in Palestinian blood! Your tickets are covered in Palestinian blood! Your tickets are covered in Palestinian blood!
My name's Norma. I'm a member of Palestine Solidarity Campaign. We're here today protesting against the dance company Batsheva. It's an Israeli state-funded dance company, and Israel uses their art to present a nice, democratic, cultured face to the world. And what we're saying is that their hands are covered in blood. And especially now, here they are dancing while their same government that's funding them is bombing are dancing on the bodies of dead children. And I think everybody should know that we have to boycott Israel. We have to boycott them culturally, we have to boycott them economically, we have to hit them where they're most vulnerable. In the same way as within South Africa, the boycott campaign helped support the downfall of the apartheid regime. We're trying to bring down the apartheid Israeli state. We want the occupation stopping, we want freedom for the Palestinians, we want peace with justice. And that's what we're here campaigning against. And the Batsheva Dance Company represent the Israeli state. And we will not accept that the Israeli state can be seen as a good place. The Israeli state are apartheid, they're murderers, they're war criminals, they're ethnically cleansing the Palestinians. And this has got to stop. What we need people to do immediately is to get on to their MPs and the foreign minister to demand that Israel stops bombing Gaza. We then want our government to pressure the European Union to put sanctions on Israel, to stop any trade with Israel, to make Israel a pariah state. We want people individually to boycott any Israeli goods. Do not buy any fruit, vegetables, anything that is made in Israel. Also to join Palestine solidarity campaigns or any other organisations that are working in solidarity with Palestine, because this has been going on now for 64 years and the Palestinians are dying day in, day out. They're having their homes destroyed, they're being moved from their land, they're being bombed from the sea, sky and ground, and this has to stop. We can't in this day and age just watch people being killed in this way and let Israel get away with it. So join any protest and solidarity movements against Palestine, and in your own way boycott anything that is Israel.
My name is Mick Napier and I'm chair of the Scottish Palestine Solidarity Campaign, and we have been heavily involved in the Don't Dance with Israeli Apartheid campaign since these guys, Batsheva, one of the brand Israel assets, came to the Edinburgh International Festival in August. They came there for 3 nights and we organised a protest against them every night. Hundreds of people and protesters inside throughout each performance. We think it's really important to respond to the Palestinian appeal for boycott. Boycott economically, politically, but also culturally and sporting boycotts as well. because that's how we can do two things. We can send a message to the Palestinians inside the ghetto walls, inside their atrocious prisons, the biggest open-air prison in the world. We can send a message to them that in terms of world public opinion, it's not they who are in prison, it's Israel that's isolated in the court, the only court that counts, the court of world opinion. And we can also send a message to Israelis that they cannot continue like this, committing the crimes without paying an increasing price. And that price is going to be isolation. They're a pariah state, they're a polecat state, and even though the elites in country after country support Israel in its criminality, in almost every country in the world, I would say, the great majority of the population are deeply suspicious of Israel. I said I think, but actually this is borne out in many opinion polls consistently over years. There was one famous opinion poll carried out by the EU in 2006. 59% of people in countries right across Europe considered Israel to be a serious danger to world peace. And its unpopularity has increased ever since. During the massacres in Lebanon in 2006, the massacres in Gaza in 2008, and the recent massacres and the ongoing massacres, Israel's popularity, Israel's prestige, I should say, is absolutely rock bottom. So we're here, we represent majority opinion, we're absolutely sure of that. And I think it's an honour, it's a tribute to the people of Leicester that you can hear the noise that so many people have turned out to stand up against Israeli apartheid. There'll be a number of people in Leicester who need to ask themselves, people of my age, what did they do against South African apartheid? For the great majority, the answer was nothing. But now in Leicester, there's a large number of people who have taken a position of opposition to Israeli apartheid. They can be proud when victory comes. Everybody can play a role in this titanic struggle. The Palestinians are not just against the regional superpower Israel, they're against America, the British government, the EU, the United Nations, the so-called Quartet. People here need to remember that Tony Blair is still the official peacekeeper, the man who is supposed to bring peace to the Middle East. It's a sick joke. When governments support the crime, ordinary people have to take a stand. Of course they shouldn't buy anything Israeli, but we invite people to take an active role in the burgeoning boycott campaign. Get involved. By yourself you can do a little, but organising together with other people you can do a lot. So join the local Palestine Solidarity campaign, join movements against the war, join Friends of Al-Aqsa, join something, get off the sofa and get involved with other people who feel as strongly as you do that what's happening to the Palestinians is a monstrous crime. So really, get organised.
Gaza, Gaza, don't you cry!
We will never let you die!
Gaza, Gaza, don't you cry!
We will never let you die!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free! From the river to the sea! Palestine will be free!
People who are prepared to stand up against the apartheid state. I shouted out that they are torturing Palestinian children in Israeli military prisons. And I threw myself under the seat so they had a hard time getting me out. They are dancing for apartheid in there, and those people tonight have heard that there are voices that speak up for the Palestinian people. Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine!
Of the venues they visited. Far and away the best response we've had so far has been from the people of Leicester, who are mortally shocked by the monstrous crimes that are taking place in Gaza, even as we speak. And although 2/3 of the audience has gone now, it's getting late in the evening and the people with the young children have had to go home. I'm very moved and impressed by the fact that people in Leicester want to speak out against the crimes that they're conscious of that are happening in Gaza, even while they're standing here outside the tour facility. So it's been a wonderful and moving experience to share this evening with them. And I hope that the voice of the people of Leicester is heard in Gaza through the videos and the recordings that are being made of this event.